هدي يا بحر هدي طولنا بغيبتنا ودي سلامي ودي للأرض اللي
Like we're a group of Joe Soaps sailing on a boat with a small amount of medical cargo, like trying to make some noise to shed the light and just to try and garner the energy from all the solidarity that's out there. Look at what's happening on the streets in Gaza.
Is the whole world now knows. The whole world knows what's happening. And it's up to the governments, the people who preach about freedom and democracy and equality and against tyranny and occupation and oppression, to step up to the plate. It's been 76 years of this, and the past 10 months have been worse than ever. When the governments fail, we sail.
We're here outside the Handela in Corsica, in Hasio. We're presently docked for a few days and we're participating in local events, engaging with existent solidarity movements and welcoming people on board. Every port that we've stopped in has been the blank canvas that existed. Has been an open invitation to artists to come and spray paint and adorn it with lots of beautiful messages, I think, of love and solidarity. So this typically, when we're at sea, is where non-crew members spend time. Sometimes they're working, sometimes they're chatting, sometimes they're trying not to be seasick. These are the sleeping quarters. They're pretty student-style, ship-style wooden bunks, and it's really hot. So at this stage, in the heat wave, a lot of us are sleeping above deck on mattresses. So there's bunks here, there's more supplies here, including medical supplies that people have brought, and then the bunks go straight up to the aft of the ship. Umranna. Motorman, we're gonna go behind you. The human who makes the boat run. Leslie and Handela's helping Denise to cook, or at least prep. And this is where a lot of the meetings take place and where people eat as well. So this is where the food magic happens. This is Denise, total rad compañera and the best of chefs. Keeps everybody healthy. The ship that we're on, the Handela, was named after the famous cartoon by the assassinated Palestinian animator and thinker and activist Naji al-Ali. And it is a symbol representing the denial of the right of return to millions of Palestinians in the diaspora and exiled worldwide.
Some people just even come and ask us, okay, what do you need? Because we can't have 30 kilos of tomatoes on board because we're going to have to throw half of them away. So in the end, some people are like, okay, just tell us what you need and we'll go and get it. So that's why here the delicacy, for instance, peaches and nectarines, stone fruit is like a really big thing in Corsica. So we told some people we would love peaches and nectarines. We just have to keep pursuing this and we can't give up. Like, we just have to keep going. It's really about persistence and not giving up, you know.
My name is Elizabeth Murray. I'm a former intelligence officer. I worked for the U.S. government for 27 years. I was a Middle East political analyst. My last position with the government was a Deputy National Intelligence Officer with the National Intelligence Council. And for me personally, as a former intelligence officer, it's very painful for me to watch images of children in Gaza being torn to shreds by bombs that are manufactured by U.S. corporations, and also this is being endorsed by our government. And so this is my way of standing up and saying no to genocide.
We love you. We love you so much.
Ships break fast!
I'm Vellu. I'm a captain of Handala and I'm coming from Finland and I have been on board now almost 3 months. Now we are here in Corsica. We came back to this port because our start engine got broken. It looks good. They found a new part and it's on the transportation already.
Well, I've been active with the Palestinian issues since 1976. I was working in the Palestine Committee in Norway, and I'm going, hopefully, all the way to Gaza. If you're not scared, you're stupid. So, of course, but this is a mission that I really believe in, and I don't look at me as brave at all. It's for the people, for the children of Gaza. We are stuck here in Corsica now, in this beautiful island. It is a sense of frustration because we have a mission. I'm just longing for going to the sea to get moving.
Oui, on attend les flics. Oui, on attend les flics.
Children are dying.
On va s'asseoir et on va les attendre. On vous a rien dit. On vous a simplement dit une chose. On vous a dit une chose. Qu'est-ce que...
You get the occasional people who are still under the impression that we're the aggressors and that we're the dangerous people. And this is literally a ship trying to preach about humanity and solidarity. Then you just go in figures of 8 along. My name is Yusuf Salmour. I'm a Palestinian. My parents are refugees from 1948. They grew up in a refugee camp in Lebanon. I am the second mate on board, which is basically you got the captain, you've got the first mate, the second mate, and then the crew. Then you've got the participants on board who come and go as we approach different ports, because there's also a chef on board and we assign tasks to each other like cleaning the mess, cleaning the galley, cleaning the accommodation, the toilets and whatnot. There's danger doing what we're doing, even being on this ship here, because we've had in the past people sabotage the ship in the middle of the night when we were in Greece. I think it was in 2014 or 2012. And then you get these antagonizers. I mean, for the most part, everyone's super supportive, as people should be, knowing what people know now. I don't want to live in a world where this is allowed to continue. I mean, every red line that we know under international law and war has been crossed with impunity and with no consequences. So every Thursday at 6 p.m. here in Corsica, I think since October 7th, the local community has been organizing rallies for Gaza. And it's heartwarming to see, especially in a French colonized island.
Dans les hôpitaux. We are gonna to call Walid Ben Boutrif, who is a doctor who come to Gaza for help in the hospitals.
Vas-y, parle.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Bonjour.
Est-ce que vous m'entendez? Les hôpitaux manquent d'électricité, ils manquent de fioul, ils manquent de médicaments, ils manquent de pansements, ils manquent de personnel. J'étais le seul médecin urgentiste et j'ai donc travaillé sur le service d'urgence. On a reçu régulièrement et quotidiennement des blessés, des bombardements, des morts, des familles entières qui ont été effacées suite au bombardement. Et c'était chaotique, mais là c'est vraiment apocalyptique. Ils déplacent les gens, ils les déplacent vers des endroits et ils les bombardent à nouveau et ils les font déplacer ailleurs. Vraiment, pour cette population, il y a un besoin indéniable d'un cessez-le-feu pour laisser tranquille, pour sauver ces gens et permettre aux humanitaires et aux secouristes de faire leur travail. Voilà ce que je vous dis. Je vous fais une action qui est remarquable. Je vous salue et je vous souhaite du courage.
Allez, on va
Courage.
Oui, Palestine.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
The Handela is a small and symbolic ship. and we're really conscious of that. This is one of a number of ships that we've been organizing, but the others are now stuck in port in Istanbul, including a cargo ship which carries over 5,500 tons of medical and humanitarian relief, larger passenger ships that have capacity to hold hundreds of human rights observers, medical teams, members of parliament, etc. However, as long as they remain stuck in port, which is the result of significant political pressure not to allow them to sail, we have this. And it is a ship that is held together and fueled by solidarity and love and witness, and sometimes it feels like sellotape and string. I've lived and worked in and around Palestine for the last 25 years. I've also been involved in Gaza ship organizing and flotilla organizing since 2008 and participated in a series of missions, including the 2009 Dignity mission when an Israeli naval vessel rammed into us and destabilized the ship. We took on water and were forced to dock in Lebanon. I was also involved in 2010 and all of the devastating fallout of that, the deaths of 10 participants on board. And as long as Gaza remains hermetically sealed vis-a-vis Egypt, there is no other way left to get into Gaza but the sea.
The journey from Corsica to here was quite calm. We had some flu coming on the ship, so unfortunately it was a few people just going under the weather. Most of us are just recovering, and so is the ship. The heat is rising as we're getting closer to the region, and especially with the updates that we've all seen on social media from Freedom Flotilla Coalition, being that the ships in Turkey are now unable to make a move out of Turkey, unfortunately. It's heartbreaking and it's disappointing. There's that question of like, why do we even need to have a permission from someone to deliver these things? Now we are left with Handala and we are on it. And Handala is continuing until it can.
My name is Omran Hassan. I am a 29-year-old Canadian, second-generation Lebanese. So we got news that the boat, the Break the Siege boat, was stuck in Turkey, and that the whole mission was suspended indefinitely, which is definitely a tough pill to swallow. Yeah, that's basically the boat that I was hoping to hop on. So that obviously just shuts my mission down. So I will be disembarking in Italy. Of course, I feel a sense of depression. I think it's very frustrating to think about how our efforts can be thwarted when it's literally just aid. We're just wanting to deliver aid to civilians, you know, and kids. It's mind-boggling. It's crazy-making.
International humanitarian law, it's just gone out the window. I don't know where we go from here. Like, people are dying on the streets, children are dying of hunger, women are dying giving birth, on the street, in the rubble, in plastic tents, in public places. You know, they're stripped of their dignity. Young women have absolutely no access to sanitary products. They're having to cut up tents to use them as sanitary products. Like, that's reproductive violence. Women are having C-sections without anesthetic. Women are, like, the corpses of women are also having C-sections. So women who have already passed away in bombings are having C-sections to try and save the babies. And then there's nowhere for the premature babies to go because they've all been bombed. It is completely insane. It is insane, obscene, scandalous. I just don't have enough, ways to describe it, and I don't have enough hyperbole to really emphasize how awful it is. You know, it's still a conversation that's open and ongoing, looking at the context, risk analysis, but the hope is that the Handela will sail towards Gaza with a crew on board and with medical aid. We have an inventory which has come from the Ministry of Health in Gaza, and we're hoping to take 2 cubic meters of medical aid towards Gaza. Of course, this is a small ship, so it's not a massive amount of aid. You know, it's a drop in the ocean of what they need. It's a drop in the ocean compared to the 5,500 tons that is stalled in Istanbul, but at the same time, everything is necessary. Like, we have to do whatever we can, and like, that's why I'm here.
From what we witness, it's not logical to have hope. You know, it's almost like there is no reason that is given to you to have hope or to hold on hope. We just need to keep doing the work.
I'm sure that later in history, our children or grandchildren will say, why didn't you do anything?
Like, we don't have big guns, we don't have tons of money, we have numbers though, and we have hope.